You have to make a motion to call the meeting to order, or just
You,
go
as the chair, whoever's chairing this meeting,
co-chairs?
yeah, you would say
Welcome to the.
welcome and call the meeting to order at
6:36.
Hi, Kate.
I didn't factor in time to scrape the ice off my car.
Oh, God, I don't want to do that.
I didn't send out an agenda. I didn't know I had to do that, but in future meetings I will. But I also knew that that was primarily all we were going to do tonight was what we
Right.
grants. We were on the book. Apparently the town redid their website, but it looks like the exact same website to me, so I'm not quite sure what they redid.
But we're okay. We're
Yeah.
good?
And
Okay.
it's for some reason, when they transposed the information from one to the other, we got left behind. So it was posted, but not everybody could see it. I never saw it.
We were covered.
Yeah, but we are covered. So we're good to go.
So just to quickly review our minutes from our last meeting, Charlotte from the Mass Cultural Council came in to help us restructure ourselves and figure out what the responsibilities of the chair, co-chair were so we could get that. And we all voted, and Dana and Bev both stepped up, and they are going to be our co-chairs. Nice job.
Yes, thank you.
Do we have a motion to approve the minutes, or is that? No, I don't.
Yeah, I would, I'll make a
That's what
motion that
sounds
we
like.
approve the minutes.
Second.
Oh, I'm
All
sorry.
in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So you said you had something that you wanted to propose?
We probably should start with the treasurer's report.
Okay.
Okay, so since we know what we're starting with, we submitted information that we needed to do. And our account balance at the end of FY 2018, which is as of June 30th, was $57,2752, $5,727.52. Pending expenditures were $5,600, leaving an available balance of $127.52. So that was carried over to this year. I had put in $200 for administrative fees before I talked to Jean, but everything is fine. So our allocation for FY 2019 is $5,100. So adding that to what we had from last year and then subtracting administrative costs, we have $5,027 to spend for this year.
Okay.
No, this is the first one that you've been to the vote. Did you come to when we did the budget last year? Oh, time flies.
I know, I don't remember
I don't remember that.
That was your
You
first
were.
meeting,
It was my
right?
first meeting.
Oh.
When we were in the kitchen and.
Oh.
A little faux pas.
Oh, right. It was already a year ago.
Crazy.
All right.
So do we just want to
just-
proceed?
We're
kind
still
of-
one at a time, and then
through
if
them.
anyone
Well,
needs to.
my suggestion, I have a suggestion, so that, to start with, is that there's, well, there's two from the library.
Yeah.
The Alien Science and Moon Crazy. And then Ed the Wizard, I almost said Ed the Lizard. Ed the Wizard, I think, is a library one as well. And, I know there was a letter of recommendation from Deb, the children's librarian, for him. My suggestion is that anyone who's on the Board of Library Trustees, we step out while you guys talk about the Alien Science, Moon Crazy, and Ed the Wizard, so that you can decide what you're going to approve, then we can take it from there as to what we have left.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah.
All right.
And $5,027.
$5,027 is the
The
total.
golden number, okay.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be a yay or nay right now, we could table it for.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
tentative
Yep.
until we get through the whole thing, and then we can go line by line, okay? But I know Kate and I, I think the three of us have to step out, so
Okay.
we can do that.
I want to try the aliens one first, just because it comes up.
Sure.
Did I lose internet?
No, the internet's going very slow.
It's this week. It's hard to find it in this passbook thing, or whatever it's called. I'm trying to scroll
Loading,
through it. It's just
loading.
So it's kindergarten to 12th grade.
Yeah, it's through their
Wow.
summer reading program. Looks like all three
Oh.
of them are tied in together. Different things to do with the summer reading.
Oh, okay.
price right here, because this is.
Now we normally give the library a portion of it, and they have
Right, we don't.
the Friends Library raise, so it's not an all or nothing proposition with them, which is nice.
Okay. It's hard to, this thing is not written very well.
So they're asking for
Okay, it must
what,
be aliens.
365?
365 on the Aliens Escape from Earth.
I mean, I think summer reading is very important to the,
Mhm.
you know, definitely put some raindrops on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all
Outer space.
tied. Yeah, they're all tied together as part of the.
Did you do some kind of a theme?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So the space. is here.
365.
That's 365. The next one in the library is the Moon Crazy. That's also for the kids in summer reading, obviously, and that's 400. And the third one for the to do at the library, tied into the summer reading, is the Alien Balloon Twisting. That's Ed the Wizard, and
How much
that's
is he?
450.
I would be saying maybe 200 each.
I was just
Yeah,
thinking
to
that
start.
too.
Yeah,
Just
I'd
to
say
give a-
let's look at,
I think it may be 200 each,
Mhm.
and then.
and then we can go back and see. Definitely.
So are we putting that as a yes, right? In the yes column or the maybe? No, it's not maybe, it's definitely
Yep, we'll put
yes.
What was the first one called?
It
Aliens Escape from Earth.
Escape. And
Yeah, those are the only three that have anything to do with the library.
So, like a 200 each. That would just give us.
Yep. Gives us some to work with. Okay, so yeah, those are the only three, so they should be able to come back in now.
You can come back in. Say, go tell your brother dinner's ready. Dinner's ready.
That funds the library every year. But anyhow. Whatever. That was quick.
Do you want to just go down the past playbook or whatever the thing is now
Mhm.
in order?
Yep.
Trying to link this.
I ended up
Weird.
going.
Very slow.
Town guest was
Town
kinda
gas,
working.
not cable. I could not
Yeah,
get
I
on. The
couldn't get on
town
the
cable gas couldn't get on that. I mean, it took a little while to get to. Yeah. Town gas.
Okay, so Christine Costello. Music.
I'm looking at Joe.
Mhm.
Joe.
Christine,
Joe.
let's see. Joe. Oh, it's under.
Right, right. The name, the
Christine.
contact name is different than the
Yes.
musician's name. So they're
This
They're out
passbook
of-
thing is not very user friendly.
Well, you have to go through the whole thing.
It'd be
Right,
nice
to
if the
scroll
pages
through.
were numbered and if it was just a little more.
yeah. It's kind of when you look to the
So,
far right, the
so
pages.
he's actually asking for $40.
Yeah, they're just asking for 40.
Oh.
And they're out of Charlton.
You know, they're going to Dresser Hill in Charlton.
And they're going to all the
40.
surrounding towns. So that's why, because they've got a total of $1,060
Right.
they're requesting from
Oh, I
all the
see.
towns.
Right. So they're asking for $40 from us.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, I think that's a very fair thing to do, to spread out what you're
Absolutely.
asking for, instead of asking everybody for everything.
Right, right.
All right, so we're good on that.
Get in.
So next we have the audio journal.
Hmm.
Is that the hearing impaired?
Yep.
Yes,
Okay,
There's about 20 people in Douglas.
Yeah.
yep,
it goes out to many, many communities.
in the area, right?
Yep.
Right.
So they've asked the multiple communities that'll be going out to.
Right.
So 300 they request.
Mhm. I think it's a legitimate request.
absolutely.
I think we, yeah, I think we should
Especially
go
if we're
back
trying
and
to
figure
do a
out.
wide variety of people that we can
Correct.
Right.
access
And right, it wouldn't just be the 20
from Douglas.
here in Douglas. All the money ends up
Exactly.
going across
Right.
the board. And I don't believe have they applied before?
Yes.
Did they apply last year? Did they?
Was it
not?
visually
I didn't
impaired?
remember
I think it was
giving
hearing
them
impaired, actually.
I don't think they got any money
hearing,
from us.
right.
I feel it was hearing, like a radio
Right.
station for hearing impaired.
We did not, yeah, a Seeing Sound workshop, I think was the one from last year. I'm looking at the last year list.
Oh, you
What's
have
that?
it. Oh, you have
Yep,
it
I've got
printed.
the last, I
You
printed.
printed, you're smart.
I figured I better do at least that in the main,
Good.
because I know how we scroll through here.
So do we think a yes for now?
I would say
Yeah,
yes for
I'd
now,
say
and then we'll
yes.
go back with a,
We can,
an
yeah,
amount.
if we need to.
And we'll just go back to the
Oh, it has a
amount.
list of of the things that they support.
Right. Then we have David Mahout.
He's,
Mhm.
he's done that quite a few times.
Yep.
He's very flexible, will do many things. I liked the feedback from other people who've worked with him, saying how flexible he was, and
And we,
reading about his
right.
thing.
and last year,
He did not, but the
We-
year before.
No, hasn't been on at
it's
least for
been
a
like
year.
3 years, I think. Let me look, 2017.
Was the last.
Yep.
That was when we did the concert at the
Right.
drugstore because
Yep.
of the weather.
The Sawmill
He opened up.
concert. Mhm.
Last year was So
And
would,
last year, right, because we were looking at who we had.
would we choose which program we wanted?
Yes, you can choose that.
Yeah, he was the one that opened up. He was the first one.
Oh, on that rainy,
On
the rainy night
got-
where we
last
went
minute, we
over.
went to go to the drink store.
Right, now I
That's
remember.
when we played James Taylor stuff.
Oh, good memory.
James is my guy.
That's
Might
funny,
be
I
something
don't-
fun to do, like for
We held
kids or
this
something at
practice.
the summer concert series.
Right, look to see what the.
He doesn't really, in his application,
Doesn't
mention that it's children pre-K to 12.
Not primarily, yeah.
So, but he does say in his description how
Sing.
he can
kids-
adjust it to many
Yeah.
ages.
Well, It might be fun, be like a ukulele workship before.
Well, yeah, there's a lot, there were a few interesting things
Yeah, they
there.
could do a few different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, the ukulele.
I had thought he was good, but I kind of went ahead and on my own, and had done a budget, so I had come back and said, he asks for $350. My thought was, but well,
Right.
it kind of depends on what you people say about
Right, for that, right.
other things too.
Mhm.
So let's just let it go and say,
As a
yeah,
maybe.
maybe a maybe?
I put him as a maybe.
Okay.
Which program?
I think we could just figure it out after.
Figure out
I don't
based
think we
on
have to worry about
whatever.
that now.
If it's something where we have two things.
Okay.
So what was your decision on the,
On the library
Library
programs, you're
programs.
putting $200 at each.
okay, you're saying $200 for
At the
Aliens
Aliens.
Escape?
Mm-hmm.
200 for the Moon Crazy.
And 200 for the Moon
And
Crazy?
200 for the Alien Balloon Twisting
Mhm.
with and
Okay.
and the Wizards program.
Was it listed under library or ed for the alien?
Ed the Wizard is.
And the Wizard is
but
the
he's-
Alien Balloon. It's
Yep.
it's an
I just
event
wanted to-
at the library,
Right,
but
he
right,
was
it's
gonna
not.
do it at the
When I look at,
Right.
look it up. For
The description is for part of the summer reading program. It's a,
Yep.
something about a
For the
universe.
I knew that. I
Yeah.
just didn't know what name it went under because I know sometimes I can't find it.
Yeah,
If I
it
look
may
up
be
the
under
name.
Ed the Wizard.
That's fine.
Okay,
If he did it. Yep.
got it,
Mm-hmm. Yep, it was his.
okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Now we're at the Pied
Yeah,
Piper.
because he usually does something, ties it in every year
Yeah.
with the summer reading.
Mhm.
I remember last year he did as well.
Did we already cover Debbie Soderman?
Yes,
Yes.
that's the library.
Yep,
The
she's
library.
librarian.
Oh, oh.
So we're at the Pied Piper.
Pied Potter.
A Pied Potter. I always call him Pied Piper.
Has anyone experienced him in the past?
I have not.
Mhm.
There was some kind of, I don't know if it was negative-ish feedback or something about working with him.
Oh,
I
really?
seem to remember that.
Yeah, I remember it was.
I remember that he
hard
was-
to work with.
Or hard to plan, maybe?
Yeah,
get
it was
organized.
kind of like, yeah.
But I know that he'd applied for a long time and maybe got the grant a few times and then we're trying to switch it up. But I don't, that could have been.
Did he
before
apply
me.
last year?
What he
Yes.
did, but what was the event that he did last year?
We didn't do,
He-
we didn't fund him
He
last
didn't get a
year.
grant last year.
Or 17?
Or 17, okay.
Probably for this
Unless it's
reason,
on there?
because I
It's on
remember this
there.
conversation.
Yeah.
From last year?
I don't know.
2018.
Yeah, but
Decision.
2018 goes from July 1st, 2017, oh, to June 30th, 2018.
I don't know. I don't remember anything.
I don't
happening.
remember him being on there.
Because in 2017 he applied, and we had him down as denied. I remembered that. I
Okay.
didn't remember the
'Cause
last
it wasn't at,
year.
I'm thinking of things that it would have been at, would maybe the,
He did
Farmer's
something at the
market?
Was it
Jet
at the-
store, right?
That was a
I don't
few years
remember.
ago, I know he did.
Mm.
Or at the farmer's market.
Which may have been
intertwined.
Yeah.
Right, right. There was something out by the farmer's market. He was, I remember him having a setup out
This
there.
past year where he would have been.
Well,
We could have put a maybe for now, just because we
Yep.
still have a bunch to
Yep.
go through.
right, all right, yeah. Now I have to say, Henry the Juggler, I saw him not this past year, but the year before.
On the common?
Yeah.
I did too.
And he was good.
I agree. I
He
thought that
was
was
funny, he got the kids involved.
Yep.
I think he would be good.
Because that would
to
be nice if we're gonna
add
do more concert things, have something like
There's
that.
something else
Exactly.
going on at
Beforehand.
the same
to.
time.
kinda
Right,
get-
exactly, make it a big deal, yeah.
Kind of vary it up, not just have two musicians, have two
Right,
different things to
right,
bring more
right.
people in.
So I'd say, yeah, I'm
How much
all for
did Henry
him.
want? 425?
Yep, that was his request. Now, moving down to Mark Mandeville. He actually has not submitted an invoice for this past year's.
happened last
That's,
Performance.
I remember there was some,
And we have a year. I'm trying to look at, where is the, Jean gave me a thing about being paid out. Let's see it. It's here.
No, I think it was somebody else, but there was somebody else, I think.
No, because it is still outstanding here. Here's our grand sign.
The one from the year before, I think, was somebody else,
Um,
but it was a musician.
Gary Poklowski, that was from 2 years ago.
Okay.
Senior Center, that one came in.
Because they spend it through the year.
And then Mark Mandeville, he
Well,
still hasn't submitted his invoice, so
That's all.
I love the guy. I love him and Rayanne. I think they do an awesome, awesome job. But do we fund them if he hasn't submitted his invoice from,
I'd say it has to be as a maybe for sure, for now.
yeah.
Because it's a
What
good
is
chunk
our,
of money.
what are we,
Right.
are we able as like somebody from the council to get in touch with him and say, hey, you're gonna submit your
so
invoice?
this is the
know.
amount of time you
Or
have.
can we not, do we, are we
No,
not?
it sounded like from what Charlotte was saying.
I think you can say.
You can
just
give them a reminder and
you
say,
have
this
to
is
do
how
it.
long you have.
Because we need to send out denial letters within the month of December.
Right.
Yep.
So today's what, the 20th of November?
Mhm. But I would say, put it, just definitely at least as a maybe for now, because
Mm.
that's a good chunk of money and be held up with somebody who we're
Right.
still waiting on.
Right. I hear you. So then we have the hip swayers.
They were good.
Oh, yeah.
They were good.
I love them.
I like them.
I like
I thought
them.
they were good.
Yeah.
We say yes for the full amount?
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
They were very good.
Next is the brass band.
They knew.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
That was in Whitensville?
In Whitenville, at one of the churches in Whitensville.
Is where they want to perform?
Mhm.
Oh, the
They're
village
requesting
concert.
funds from a bunch of
Right, all the,
places. My concern is that they're charging an admission fee.
right, I saw that too. There's an
Is that legal?
admission and
And
Yeah.
for us to fund them if they're doing that, I mean.
We can,
We,
Okay.
we,
Yeah.
we can.
It's just something to take into account. So they were asking for,
$750.
from us.
it's a lot of money.
And their tickets are
Third,
Expensive.
they were
Yes,
expensive,
they
they were
were
like
expensive.
$30.
Yeah,
Anywhere from 10 to 75.
yeah.
I know. Center and reserve 50 to 75.
So it's like,
know.
okay, we're gonna open this up to the community as long as you can afford.
Right,
And then if
right.
it's two people going, if it's a husband and wife, or whatever,
Yeah.
I would double on that. So I wasn't too sure about that one.
Yeah, I don't like the
These
idea
concerts
that,
are supposed to be like free and fun and.
I don't like that they're paying, charging the community. I don't like that idea. But, I mean,
Was this for multiple performances or just one?
One.
It was like a weekend kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Because they said they'll serve 5,000 people, and then they're looking for a venue that holds like 2,000 people.
it doesn't add up.
And it was like, where's that at around here?
Ey're gonna spend $3,000 on marketing.
Yeah, I thought that was.
Right, they're
And
very
the
high there.
Church cannot hold
For
2,000
Whitensville?
people.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear you.
there were a lot of flags. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought 3,000 for marketing and promotion was it.
9,000 on recording?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, where they said, okay, if we don't get all the money, then we'll cut back recording or, yeah.
I think it's,
don't-
I think a response could be that it's not the place of a cultural council to fund something like this.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can find grant money in other places.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really fit opening it up to the whole
Right.
community.
Right, and that can be our, that's one of the
Exactly,
things.
absolutely.
It doesn't really fit the community part.
Mm.
Or there's professional concert kind of groups
Mm-hmm.
that they could join.
Sure, yeah. Okay, I'm confused with Dance Sensations, what they're trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
Just looking at this one here, okay? They're asking for $750, and they want to do some type of music and movement during a recess time, which I think is great.
Mm-hmm.
And it said $250 per session at one point. And I thought, well, that means they're gonna do 3 different dates where they're gonna come during recess time or whenever to get the kids up and moving. But then when I read through the application further, it was only $250, and the rest was for marketing and materials.
Supplies, yeah.
Yeah, so I was very confused about that, $350 for marketing and $150 for supplies.
Mm-hmm.
What do they have to market if the audience
know.
is there
Is
at
right
school?
there.
Exactly. So my question is, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
If they were going to do it 3 times at $250 each time, I'd say that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
But that, I don't read that in their application.
Can we tell them that we'll fund this piece of your budget, but not that piece?
I don't know.
Like, tell them how to use the money that we're giving them?
Not really. I
Okay.
think.
I mean, we could,
I also had-
we could give them a
Are
certain
they,
amount, but.
did they, I don't have, did they show, they're not asking for money from any place else, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so they're,
I also thought, I mean, I don't know if this bothered anybody else, but to me, this also seemed like kind of a way to get customers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, for her
Which,
studio.
so I think if you're doing
It's
that,
not the purpose
then you should be
of
doing it
it.
for free.
Yeah.
You know, if you're attempting to make money off of it. I also did like the idea that, you know, yeah, get the kids up and moving during, you know, inside recess or something, but I felt like asking, you know, for, I think the marketing and promotion kind of sent me in one direction, and I was thinking also, like, she's gonna get customers out of this too, so.
Well, I just don't understand the marketing promotion part.
Yeah.
Yep.
What that could entail, I don't know what it would entail.
so it's, I mean, we could, I don't know. And it brings us, to well, it's way down at the bottom, they have another
Yeah.
proposal, which is out there too, but,
I mean, I really don't think it was to get, I know she's done free things at the library, similar
Yeah.
things at the library she's done for free, so I'm thinking it's just a way of expanding it, but.
which I understand, and I think that's fine. But, I wasn't sure, I was confused with the application itself.
Mhm.
And it said $250 at the top, I thought, well, then that means they're gonna do it 3 times. It doesn't say that anywhere.
All right.
So can we ask her for more information around how often she's going to go and run this?
I think we can,
Okay.
I think we can ask questions. Right?
But then we just wouldn't be able to get it.
But then,
Then we
yeah.
wouldn't have an answer today, so then we would have to re-meet.
Right. Well, you know what we can do? We could, deny it with the, on the basis of, we felt that the marketing and supplies
Cost was high.
outweighed the actual cost of the program.
Okay.
Are they willing, you know, so, because they do have a period of time where they can,
Appeal.
They can
Appeal
appeal,
it.
right.
so I would say, that's why you send out your denial letters first. So I would say, word it somewhere around that and see what happens.
Yeah, there's a bunch of of options you have. I'll just find the one that.
Yeah, I saw that. I was kind of playing around with it, and I'm like, that works.
Yeah.
That's good. I always like to put it on somebody else.
Ha ha.
All right,
So the senior center.
senior center. Now, last year they asked for $700.
Yeah.
This year they're asking for 1,000, which I'm fine with.
Yep.
You guys had cut down on the library programming, so, because I had said, on my budget that I had done, I was gonna say offer them $600, which is what they had applied for last year, but if you think there's money for the whole amount for the senior center.
What are they gonna do?
They do things during the
They're
course
all
of the year.
multiple through the year.
Yeah, they do
Various
like 4
things.
different things based on the
Okay, because
seasons.
they don't really
Yeah, it's
say.
not tied in
No, they
specific.
do
Right,
all
always
it
done
depends
special
on what
just
they come up
events.
with.
Which we've done before, so I'm assuming
Yep.
we can.
Yes,
we
we've
can
pretty
do
much
that.
funded them every year for this.
I
It's a
think it's
very,
well worth it.
yeah, it is, absolutely. They get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
So I would say just go for it.
Yeah.
So we're at 2,062.
Oh, got ways to go.
Oh.
Right.
I know, did we add up like all the requests to see?
I know.
We could have just been like, yes, across the
I
board.
think we did that almost last year.
It was close, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think almost everybody got something.
There might have been like one we denied.
There was like one maybe, I think.
Yeah, it was a musician that I think people weren't impressed with maybe.
Right, where are we now? No, last time.
Francis, so Francis Hart and his History of the Beatles.
Oh, yes.
Was this the one from last year?
Yeah.
I missed that one, but supposedly
Yeah,
they
it
were
says they were
very
at the farm.
popular.
They were, but there was something about the contact information did not match up.
Yeah, they were, but this year, they have to be in Massachusetts. Somebody was in Connecticut, but they've changed it this year.
Okay.
But the other thing is, I've got a couple of things. First of all, they asked for $600 last year. They're asking, or he is asking for $1,000 this year with no reason other than the fact that
It's a new year.
the Douglas Orchard would really like to have them back, and the Cultural Council said they liked him. I wasn't there, I wasn't able to be there,
I
but
couldn't go to that one
I
either.
watched a video, and
I did too.
I have to say, I was 14 in 1964. I was screaming and yelling, and they did absolutely nothing for me. They were like,
Really?
I felt that they were like 4 guys standing in somebody's backyard.
That's funny because all the feedback I got was everyone, tons of people came,
Really?
everyone
Well,
loved
it
them.
seemed like they had a following because lots of people showed up. And I know
Yeah.
that they had also played at Alternatives. I don't know if it was before or after
Oh,
the
yeah.
show, but they were there as well.
But anyhow, that's my 2 cents.
I missed that one.
So it didn't bring you back.
It didn't bring me back. It didn't at all.
Wow.
I think we're giving some of the other bands 600, right?
Right, yeah.
So I wouldn't give them more than 600.
I would say 600. That's what I had put
That would
down.
be fair.
Yeah.
So the,
Because that was what they asked for last year.
yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
Did they have a ton of equipment? Did they have like a light show or something?
No,
All right then, yeah.
No electricity kind of thing.
I mean,
that
they
you
have their
needed.
amps and their.
Yeah, but nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said if they're not fully funded, they'd find a way to cover the difference.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, well, right. Monique?
We've seen her before. What is she? Oh, the Whitensville Community Summer Theater.
Right.
In past, we've said that it doesn't necessarily reach enough kids or people because it only
In
serves
town.
30 people for the price that it was.
Right, she's asking $1,000.
Yeah.
And she actually, there's actually 5 cultural councils that apply, they're applying to. So if we take all 5, and I don't know what the total amount of what their budget is, but if you divide it by 5, it comes out to like $500 for our share of it.
Mm-hmm.
I did feel it was a worthwhile program.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes on for 8 weeks. And
Yeah.
it's free.
Yeah,
And there's
right, it's
what,
an
about
enrichment through the
To the
summer
Rockdale.
program, yeah.
The Rockdale or the Whitensville
Yeah,
Community Center.
right.
I thought it was Rockdale. I thought it was
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it
Okay.
the- I
Yep,
think
yep.
it's the same
It's the
thing.
It's
same.
the same town.
Well, yeah, but it's the Rockdale Youth Center. I think is the one that does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll support that. So you were thinking,
What does that bring us to?
If we do 500?
Yeah, if we did 500
962
left,
left.
Mm.
that gives us $962 to give to Oktoberfest.
We have 2 left after that, right? 2 or 3.
Yeah, we did something, we didn't decide the money up, right?
Oh,
We just
that's
said
true.
maybe.
But I mean, Oktoberfest's not the last one.
Oh,
Right. The sensational
Right, but
buddies
the
comes
last one is
last.
Dance Sensations for special education, and I have misgivings about that. Big misgivings. I see no certification for working with special needs students for any of them. One of the instructors, it says in her qualifications at the last sentence, it says she would very much like to become certified in providing dance for special needs students. But I come from the education field, and I have a hard time with turning that over to somebody that sounds good, but I don't know. But anyhow, that's my. And what did we fund Oktoberfest for last year?
I don't think we did.
We didn't. Really?
No?
They didn't ask, no, nothing? They didn't
Yeah.
ask for
Yeah, I
last
didn't remember
year?
them applying.
No,
Really?
I remember we discussed that they
Yeah.
would have been eligible
Right.
to apply, but they didn't.
And nothing the year before. it looks like.
Mm. Yeah, no, they hadn't,
so how much are they even asking?
they're asking for 2,000.
Okay.
In my notes, I had said 1,000.
I mean, it
If there was
touches
money.
some, I mean, if you wanna look at most number of people,
Yeah.
that's hands down,
Right.
Right.
you know.
All right, so, what do we have for definite? What are we doing definite?
Yeah, what do we, cause we had a couple,
So the 3 library, the Alien Escape, the Moon Crazy, and the Alien Balloon.
Mhm.
yeah,
That's 600.
Joe Concession and Emma Davis. Was it
Yep.
40. 40. I was
Yep.
like, wait a minute, that was mistyped.
yeah, that's four.
The Visually Impaired for 300.
Mm-hmm,
Henry the Juggler for 425.
mm-hmm.
Tip Swayers for 600.
Mhm.
Senior Center for 1,000.
Yep.
The Beatles Person for 600.
Okay.
Monique with the youth center at 500.
Mhm.
And then the Oktoberfest, if you want that, for the other
Whatever's left.
962.
What does it come out to?
962.
962.
And then, if the dance appeals with a reasonable request, we won't have anything left.
So we'd have to go back to the drawing board and,
And relook at
and
it.
look at something.
That's why you wait to send out
That's
the
why we wait to
acceptance
send
letter
everything out.
till January.
Yep.
You
We'll
have
get time.
December to mull things over. So that's another thing, is thinking of this, thinking
Good
ahead,
time.
is meeting in December. Giving, first of all, giving time to send the letters out, giving time for them. I
Respond.
forget what it is it,
It was 2 weeks.
I thought 15, yeah, 15 days, I
days.
think it is. And then reconvening to review those things and
To see
then,
what.
I think we should just take a minute and look at the last one just to make sure we discuss it.
yes.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's a great idea. I see Dane, I felt that same
Yeah.
feeling in reading it. Where she's talking about making it affordable or making it accessible for families. But then, if they're putting in an amount of money, I forget, what was it, 250 or 350?
Right, for the program.
Right. And then again, how she comes up with her figures for the actual cost of the program is kind of
Yeah.
sketchy. I'd like to see a little more for the amount of money she's requesting. And then my concern about the accreditation or certification of people to teach that.
I mean, we're also ultimately only helping like one kid or two kids. I know we've like sent kids or like bands or things like that elsewhere, but like the whole group of them that we helped. And so the way that this is set up, I mean, essentially that's what we're doing. We're giving like a scholarship to one kid or two kids if we give them 700.
When you
I
look
see
at
what
how
you're
much it
saying. Like
costs,
20,
yeah.
right.
Maybe,
So
yeah.
I mean, if it was, they already have these kids and they could use some help, then we could at least say, well, we're spreading out among these 20 kids the whatever amount of money we're giving them. But the way this is set up, we're basically sponsoring like one kid for $350 or two kids for $700 or.
I want to Google this program. See if I can find it. The Sensational Buddies.
Well, it's something that I know a couple kids that are that dance with her that would be eligible or that she's gearing this stuff towards.
Yeah.
So it's not like I don't think you'd Google and find it. It's something that she's created.
I think it's I think it's a program she's
she's creating
developing,
it to make dance more accessible for everybody.
which I think is great.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think the cultural council is the way to get your,
Yeah, I don't know. how to
it's
do it.
ground level funding
Yeah.
that she's looking at.
Right, not just a yearly grant. I got you.
Yeah.
Exactly, what happens if say we have the money to give her that, then what happens?
Mm-hmm.
How is it sustainable? I think that's another thing that sometimes we need to look at, where it's not a one-time performance
Right.
for, you know.
Yeah, because I know she has recitals twice a year, and like,
Mm-hmm.
for sure, in January and June. I've been to many of them.
Yep.
And a chunk of that 350 is probably just costumes. I mean,
Yep.
those
All
are-
right, the costumes
those are
are.
That's
expensive-
true. They
expensive
are.
things.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Facebook page on Sensational Buddies, but there's not much activity on it at all.
Mm.
Was it created by her?
Yeah.
Oh, it was, okay.
You know, I'm kind of torn because it's a local business,
Mm-hmm.
business run by a woman.
I mean, I do, on the other one, I really like the idea of that.
For the recess thing?
Yeah.
If, I mean, I
You
don't know
know, if-
legally what we can say, like what you do with the money, but if it's, I mean, the money that we would give would go towards the actual events, like 2 or 3 times instead of,
250 for.
250 if you're gonna do something like that 3 times
Right,
during
right.
the year.
Yeah, I
At
didn't-
250 a
that would be
time,
definitely,
that's,
The marketing
that's
would be.
good.
Right.
But I'm very,
I'm sorry.
so I think our place is, I don't think we can ask questions once the applications are submitted.
right,
We either say yes or no,
and then they can
give
take
them
it
a
from
reason
there.
why, and they can decide whether or not they want to.
So can we word
Appeal
that
it.
in the denial, say something about being confused about the allocation of money, and then she could come back and say, well, what if I allocate differently, or give an explanation?
You're talking about for the first one.
Right.
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 Because let me see if I can find the,
For this
Yeah.
one, I think, I don't know, we might feel a little bit differently if we knew how many scholarships might be awarded.
Well, if you do the math, it's 30 children. It would be come out, because she's requesting $10,250.
Oh.
And it says $350 per child. So you're looking at, and somewhere she talks about a class of 30 children. So I'm not sure if that is,
I think it's at 20.
20.
I thought it said
20?
20.
Yep.
okay, so then it's 20.
Right, that's the I saw that,
It's the
that's
seven.
$7,000.
So then there's a
Number in there, so-
$3,000, 3,000, or whatever
Right.
for,
Salaries
Mm.
and marketing.
what's the 7,000 for?
That, I think what she's saying is here's the total amount, if she got a portion of it, that would offset the $350 per, if there's 20 students, that would, it would be $300 a student, or 325 a student, or however it worked out. I think that's how I understood the math.
Okay.
Could you say your proposed project did not meet an additional requirement outlined in our council priorities, or do we have that?
Not really.
Your project does not provide enough public benefit, not really that. Your project is not clearly related to the arts communities, not that.
Is this for the second one?
The first, just to
Oh, the
see if
first.
we
To
can
see
I mean,
what
we-
they-
reallocate, but I don't know how, it doesn't really say that.
What does it say again for the second one? I can't read that far away. That's too bad.
Your project did not provide enough public benefit for our
Yeah,
community.
not really. Well,
Do we have to use one of theirs, or can we just say?
we can make we don't
Yeah.
have
Mm.
to.
Oh, okay.
That's a template.
Okay.
I just go by that because
It's easier.
It's easier.
it's
Right.
easier and I don't wanna
Cleaner
screw
that
up
way.
words and make it
Yeah.
not legal.
Mhm.
'Cause,
Yeah.
I don't mind telling her that the marketing is questionable.
Right.
We didn't understand why you would need to market to a captive audience of, you know,
Kids.
4th graders.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
I also don't mind just giving her 250
Yeah.
And just,
and just saying, go for a visit, you know,
Go
Yeah.
if
do
this is
your,
what you wanna do.
and then if it works out, you know, think next year, then you could,
Yeah. Apply for multiple visits.
Mhm.
Oh, you're talking about the one up top. The first
right, right, at
750.
the
The
school.
last one, I think I mean, again, with her second application, we're basically sponsoring one kid, which just seems to go against the.
where the money, that's right.
Right,
The
right.
program itself, I love, and
Yeah,
I think it's
it
Right,
it's
but the
great.
money
very
we could,
important.
It would be great if we could support it in some way. I don't know how she could rewrite that for us to support it, though.
We don't have the money.
Yeah. like-
Oh, right, right, we just don't have the money.
Yeah, I mean, we have to balance
Mm.
how
So,
many kids are going to benefit. If we give 250 to the recess one, then that's 30 kids or however many are in the class.
So if we did 250 for the first one, I mean, we could take 250 from the senior center. I hate doing that, but
Or Oktoberfest.
or Oktoberfest.
Mm.
I just everything in me says don't say no to seniors.
Right, last
They worked very
year.
hard on the override too.
Well, the biggest amount. this is
Last
a
year, we
little
gave
low.
them $700 at the senior center.
Well, I know. But I know how much seniors my grandma did with it.
Oh, no,
and I'm just
absolutely.
like, you don't say no to them.
Yeah, the biggest amount that we have allocated is Oktoberfest, so maybe we take some out of there.
Oh, but they do such a good job, and they work so hard.
Yeah.
I would say.
And that does the most amount of people.
It
And if
does,
you're trying
but
to get
The
across
nice
the
thing
whole-
about the dance at recess would be that it's another group that you're reaching.
Oh, yes, no, I agree, I'm just trying to
Because
figure out where we,
really,
take
the
it out
library
of-
is the only
I'm
kids that we
saying,
reach right now.
Take it from the Oktoberfest.
I think Oktoberfest is gonna happen regardless if we.
Exactly.
Right,
They're
right,
gonna
it's
have
gonna-
their porta
50
potties and
60
everything else
here.
and the garbage control.
Right.
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 And when you think about it, if you're looking at cultural counts,
Mhm.
the cultural and the guidelines in our, what we're looking at, we're not sure how that money's being used by the Oktoberfest committee. And like you say, it could be used for porta potties or something.
Well, that was on their list, that's why I said.
Yeah, so, it's outside of our scope. We can say that it's outside of our scope of.
But they can have, I mean, some.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll
Yeah.
give them whatever it is.
712.
712 it comes out to?
Yeah.
That's a good number.
July 12th.
All right, and that's nothing, we're not doing that.
And so,
Okay. All right, so what do we have?
so no on the brass band and Sensational Buddies. And then Maloof, the Pied Piper, and Mark Mandible were our maybes. But they might have to move to no's unless we want to kick a yes out.
Because
So
we're,
Mandible, Maloof, and what was the other one?
Pied Piper. Or
the Pied Potter.
Potter. I'll never call him
Junior
that.
Piper.
I almost want to send Mark Mandeville a denial letter and say, we never received your invoice for your last year. How can we give you more money? I don't know how if we can do that. Can we do
so.
that? Why not? That's why we're doing it.
I
Yeah.
mean, and for a small organization, it only has a certain amount of money to give out. It's kind of
It's to have
cripples us.
600
Right.
in holding. Was it
Yeah.
600 from last year still
Yeah,
holding?
yeah.
So we could have a good extra chunk next year. so
Yeah.
which is
Well,
good.
that's it.
I can email Charlotte right now and ask her while I'm thinking of it.
Think she's gonna answer your emails at 7:30?
No, but
Sometimes she does.
sometimes she does. I mean, I do. I have parent emails at midnight. I answer. But just
Okay, emailed her password last week at like 7:30 and came back at like 7:31.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my God.
I was like, no, go home.
I know. Thing is, it follows you home.
Yeah, I know.
But just
I
so I
stopped
don't
looking.
forget.
Right.
I think it's a legitimate
Hmm.
Yeah, I
denial.
mean, we've denied
We've done
people
that in the
before for
past.
that.
Right, we've
reason.
done it in the past, we've denied, because they
It just
didn't
holds up
use
too
the
much
money.
I mean, they're my favorite performers. I would still deny them for that reason.
Just to see if we can say that, because I mean that might be
And
a.
technically, we have $200 from FY17 because Gary Poplawski's, who's from the Gray Whisker Pickers,
Yeah.
they never invoiced us for $200 going back 2 years. But we keep carrying that on the books.
Right.
But we actually have $200 more that we could spend if we,
How long do we need to carry that before we
for a
say?
year.
A year.
A year.
Yeah.
So we don't have to carry that.
A year from the date of the performance. Yeah. So, yeah,
So there's that too.
I hear ya.
I wouldn't book them again.
I would say, send out the denial letters, wait for our response, and then we can always put
Apply
that
that
back into
200.
the pot
Mm-hmm.
and give some, you know, because we've shaved some of these down,
Mhm.
so maybe we could do that.
Oh, yeah, no whisker pickers this year.
No,
First.
I know.
All right, so I just wanna know if we can write that as a
As a reason.
reason.
It
Yeah,
happened in the past.
I don't know, I've never
Oh,
written
I don't know
that
if
as
we
a-
wrote it or in our
It's happened, like,
discussion, we've
but I've
said,
never
well, if
written
they've
that.
never.
I've always gone by the 3 that they have, just because I wanna make sure
Oh.
it's
Well,
as legit as possible. And then the Pied Piper. Doo, 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 with the kids following him.
the Pied Potter.
Potter. I even wrote Piper on the paper.
So we're gonna say yes to him?
He's a no right now.
He's a no, yeah.
Unless we wanna kick other money out.
No.
He's no.
no,
And
I
then
say
Don't say no.
Keep with,
Malou.
keep with what we have.
what's Malou?
And Maloof was what, maybe or no?
And no. Well, he was a maybe, but there's no money.
He ran out.
maybe.
He was on the
Right.
maybes.
He was on the maybes.
So those 1, 2, 3, 5, I will get those denial letters out.
Did we
Okay,
say yes or no to the one who had the different options we could choose from?
That's
It
Malou.
was no.
Oh, okay.
So we don't have to choose.
yes, we said yes to that, right?
No,
No.
Oh, we said no?
we said no.
Okay. All right,
I think there
Why are
was
we saying no to
mixed.
him?
There was mixed reviews
Oh, okay.
last time, and he was on the maybe, and then with the mixed reviews, I think. I don't know why.
We didn't make the cut.
make the cut. All right, so let me just
We
make
had
sure
enough
for
to
my
give
own.
everybody.
I'm just rechecking the money.
Right, so we have 40 for Joe C., 300 for Audio Journal, 200 for Alien Escape, 200 for Moon Crazy. Pied Potter is no. He's no.
Why is that way off? Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
I skipped.
Henry the Juggler is yes for 425. Ed the Wizard for 200. Mark Mandeville right now is no. Hip Swayers is 600. We're offering 250 to Dance Sensations to do the one-time thing, okay? And we're giving the senior center 1,000?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Francis Hart, we're gonna give him 600, right, for the
Yep.
Beatles? Okay. I'm confused on Monique. Is that 500 or no?
Yes.
That is a yes for 500? Okay. Oktoberfest is 712.
At that time.
All right, so that should come out to 5,027.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Figured if I added it enough times, it would
Well, I
finally come out to the
just
right.
did it again when you said it.
Before we
Now don't
leave.
do it again because I got it once.
I know, once you get it once, don't do it again.
Yep, that's the rule.
That's the rule.
You wanted to pick a potential time in December, just in case?
Yeah, but just before, I just want to let people know, we've talked before about your personal, your expenses towards the council.
Mhm.
So we have a reimbursement request form. So all you have to do is,
And that reminds me, because in the past I've just done all the denial letters and the postage myself, but didn't Charlotte say we could
can
do
email.
it? Email?
yes, you can email,
Then
you
I-
can email
okay.
them. All right, because that's another, we have $127 left over from the past plus our interest that we've earned. I put $200 in the budget for
That kind of stuff.
administrative stuff. So Jean kind of goes by what she carries over. It's the same thing. She carries over 127, I put in 200. So we've got some money, a little bit of money to play with, if we could get back together and we wanna try to spend it down to the last penny.
Okay.
But anybody who does spend money on things, you can just save your original receipt and then we fill one of these out and submit it and you can get
But
it.
if I can email, then I don't even have to worry.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind doing that stuff. But
All right,
if I don't have to, it would be better, because it'll get done quicker.
yeah, we should get a date in December before we get, because hopefully we won't
A
have
little
to
busy
change
the
it.
25th.
I was looking at a calendar for 2019 when I'm saying, the 28th is
Oh, it's the
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
I was looking at a calendar for next year. Good Lord.
Did Tuesdays work better?
I'm pretty flexible.
Tuesday's fine.
Depends which Tuesday.
Okay.
We'll up Tuesday the 25th.
So we have what, so 2 weeks for denial, so.
So, and I can, since their email, I'll do it tonight.
Actually, I don't think the Historical Society's meeting in December. It's too cold.
So like the second week.
It's too cold. It's too cold for history.
So I'm good now.
You good?
The 11th's my birthday, so.
And they all should
I don't
have
feel like
emails
coming.
on here because they had to submit it through email, right?
Right.
Okay,
Probably
just
still be a little too
make
close
sure
to
that
2
there's-
days. Yeah,
Yeah,
we could eat
yes,
cake.
that's true.
Cake. So what about Tuesday the 18th?
Works for me.
Sure.
Tuesday
Work?
the 18th? Sure.
Same time?
Mm-hmm. That works for people.
So I don't have to use my calendar.
All right.
And if there's none of the denials fight back, we don't really have to meet, right? Or should we anyway?
Might be good to meet if we have extra money.
Right, if we do end up that we do
Okay.
decide we did have that extra money, then
Yeah, let's see what
we could
happens.
allocate it.
Yeah, because by sending that out to Mark Vanderbilt, he's liable to
Yeah.
Oh,
send the invoice plus
Right, right.
resubmit his
Yeah,
application
resubmit.
or say, it was an oversight, whatever, and we can reconsider.
Yeah,
So we probably
So I'm,
should.
yep.
should I wait to hear from Charlotte to see if we can say you're being denied because you didn't you didn't give us last year's money?
Yeah,
Should I wait from her? I'll wait from
I
her.
would make sure it's okay, but I don't see,
She'll probably reply to
probably
you tomorrow
reply
morning.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's true, so,
She's
but I
pretty
can do the rest of
responsive.
them. And if he doesn't, then I'll just say that do we have any additional requirement? I know, so we wouldn't want to do that.
I don't think so.
Does not provide public benefit, but it did.
It does.
Yeah, I would maybe skip one of the form fills on that one and just say
I just
Yep.
want to make sure it's okay to say that.
you haven't
Yeah.
submitted a past invoice.
Mhm. And if it's not, I'll just see what she recommends that I say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
I'm sure they deal with that frequently.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
right.
Especially for that amount of money, you just want to
Yeah.
make sure. Well, that was
It was
that
fairly
was fairly
painless.
very
Yeah,
painless. That
that
was
was
quick.
easy.
Yeah, internet connection was not quite
That
as
was
bad
the only
as last
downfall.
year.
No, well, we're in a
It
regular
wasn't
run.
great, but yes, we were not in the kitchen tonight.
Make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Yep.
All those in favor say yup.